Yeah, Brad mentions Ishii and Hiromu teaming last night was weird. Yeah, that's
super weird.
Combo. And then after the match, Ishii raising Hiromu's arm, and even he looks surprised and happy.
Strange bedfellows.
I'm looking at this show and just okay. Talk to us a little bit about what matches have been announced for Forbidden Door, because there is a lights out match that is the microcosm of why I refuse to give a flying crap about this show. It just, New Japan has been a second-class citizen in this Forbidden Door relationship since the very beginning. And the way this is disrespecting the booking of New Japan by putting this trash match at the end of the show shows exactly why I am out on this whole thing. Go ahead and talk about it.
I love you, but I have to warn you, I'm cutting all of that out of the clip that I eventually make. Because right now, we're going to do a segment called Why is this match on Forbidden Door?
All right. Yeah, let's play a game.
We're going to go through all the matches, and we're going to somehow justify why this match is on Forbidden Door.
Good luck to us. All right. Why is this match on Forbidden Door? This match is Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian against Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Jesus Christ.
Why, Steven, I have an answer for you on this one.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
If you remember, apparently Christian has a relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling because he sent his young ward at one time to the Best of Super Juniors.
Oh, so shut up.
This is an adjacent New Japan match because we have a Best of Super Juniors representative on one side in which the other AEW team is intent on vanquishing. Thank you. Next.
Yeah, thank you. Next. Is there any chance that we can just, all right. The quicker I can stop talking about
your reaction to this is feeding me.
The rated R mediocrity and Christian Cage. Oh, Jesus.
We have 9 matches scheduled for the show already.
No, there are 9?
There are actually 9 matches ready to go.
Oh, no. How long is it? Okay. All right. What's next?
We have Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi.
Hey, that'll be a good match.
That'll be a good match. It'll be a good match. It may not be as good as Ishii and Kyle Fletcher, but I think that Hiromu is going to bump like crazy for him, and Fletcher is going to make him look awesome.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Over under 8 minutes.
Over.
You think so? They're actually going to give this one time? Because this is exactly the kind of match that Tony tries to cut off and move on from so he can do other garbage.
Oh, no. He loves Kyle Fletcher. He's going to make him look
all right. You think he's going to...
Like, he is all in on this dude. Like, everything I see of Kyle Fletcher is like strap a rocket to him.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I am very confident that he is going to get time on this one.
All right. Well, this one doesn't make me want to barf. This one does. The Lights Out Steel Cage match.
The main event?
Try for a single second, an iota of time, Jeremy, to justify why this piece of trash is going on my... it's not going to be on my television. This is your problem, not mine. Talk about this steel cage match.
You mean the dog pound cage match?
Oh.
What is it other than a dog pound cage match? You've got 5 people on both sides inside of the cage beating the crap out of each other, in which you have maybe 3 healthy wrestlers of 10 that will be able to do actual physical wrestling moves rather than, spots that will require less on their bodies but require more blood to be spent.
All right. Now remember, a lot more people listen to us as a podcast and watch us live, so we want to do this for everybody here. So on one side, you have Jon Moxley, who is the 3 biggest ratings killers of AEW. If you look at the breakdown quarter by quarter, the 3 people, and I'm not joking about this, if you want to see the audience fly out the door and flee AEW programming, put on 3 people: Jon Moxley, Huey, and Dewey Jackson. All 3 of them are on one side of this thing.
Jeremy Buck.
Huey and Dewey and Louie now. Now we got Louie. So then Gabe Kidd, who's hurt and doesn't belong in this match, and doesn't belong on that side of it because he's been put with the Death Riders for no reason, and they can't come up with an actual logical reason. And Claudio Castagnoli, who can wrestle. There you go. So we got 1 out of 5 there that can actually go. On the other side, we have the zombie who used to be Kota Ibushi and who hasn't had a good match and I don't know how long. Yeah, Kenny Omega, who is still pretty good. Will Ospreay, great, right? Darby Allin, who has climbed down from Mount Everest, finally, somehow didn't die, thankfully. He'll fall off of things effectively. Darby will fall off of things. That'll be his job in this match.
I think Darby's the only healthy one of those five.
And Hiroshi Tanahashi. What the hell is Hiroshi Tanahashi doing in this match, Jeremy? Try to justify this one to me. I thought so. There you go.
Because Hiroshi Tanahashi said yes.
Yeah. Well, hey, who needs a storyline when you can just barf a match out?
Tanahashi. This is gonna get him into a ring with Tanahashi. That's kind of cool. But this is basically, let's get as many people who have worked in New Japan at one point or another into one ring together, and we can call this like the main event. And that's really what it looks like to me, is that you've had 9 of the 10 people have wrestled in the New Japan ring, and even at the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. I guess, Darby's the only one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
So that's a fair point. There, you have 9 out of 10 people that have wrestled New Japan Tokyo Dome events.
Yeah. Brad said Ibushi had 2 good matches on Dynamite. Okay. But I mean, that guy is shot.
I think that he did fine given his limitations, but I'm either going to support people slagging him or support people saying that he looks amazing. He's fine and he is perfectly acceptable in 2025 to me.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, this match makes no sense. It makes absolutely 0 sense whatsoever. So it's a bunch of guys doing stuff, which if anything encapsulates AEW, it's a bunch of guys doing stuff. There you go. So I guess it's the most AEW match on the show in some ways. Then we have a TBS Championship 4-way match. Alex Windsor from AEW is talented. And then who else? Persephone from CMLL. She's talented. We have Mercedes Moné. She's talented. All right, so good sign. And then what do we have? A Stardom wrestler to be named later? They can't bother to tell us, huh?
What do you think, Bozilla?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You're the one who watches Stardom. Do you have
she's in the Grand Prix though. She's in the
right. That's what I'm saying. Is it somebody from the Grand Prix? Does the Grand Prix end? What is the coordination? When does the Grand Prix end?
Well, I mean, there are other Stardom wrestlers that aren't in the Grand Prix that could be there.
This is what I'm asking. Are there the chances of it being someone in the Grand Prix? It's kind of like when we were trying to decide who was going to show up in AEW based off of who was already booked on that card. That's what I was asking. Did you have any
I don't have the 5-star Grand Prix schedule in front of me.
Gotcha. I didn't know. I didn't mean to put you on blast.
That's fine.
I just wondered if you knew offhand if there were some possible people that would be available given the schedule.
I cannot help you off the top of my head, but I will say this: anybody from Stardom is going to be pretty good. They don't have any bad wrestlers really that they would even put in this situation. And then the 3 people that are announced: Persephone, Alex Windsor, Mercedes Moné, all 3 talented. So, and Brad thinks it's going to be Saki Kashima, and she's going to win in 15 seconds. That would make me extraordinarily happy. That would be funny. That's good comedy. If Saki Kashima.
This is for Mercedes' title, the TBS title. Why is
TBS Championship 4-way? Why is it on Forbidden Door? Why is anything?
The women's matches feel a little less thought out than the men's matches. So
that's terrifying. That's terrifying. Yeah. Are we just doing random draw? All right. What's next? The
cash-in for Athena for her Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. This will be probably a fantastic match. And I say, why is it on Forbidden Door? Because Toni Storm used to be a Stardom wrestler.
That's about it. And Athena has appeared for Stardom.
Yes.
That's about all you get.
At the Tokyo Dome in a 4-way match. And suffered her first loss in a very long time as a result.
And she also appeared at Korakuen Hall for Stardom in that area too. But no, it'll be a terrific match. It doesn't belong on Forbidden Door. It should be given a more prominent spot than that because these 2 are outstanding. But there it is. Unified Championship. Well, we know why this one's here. We got Kazuchika Okada. He's a New Japan guy, right? Still thought of that way. He's the AEW Unified title, which isn't actually unified, against Swerve Strickland. Again, this is really not. I mean, we know why it's here because it's Okada and there's New Japan people around. But this is an AEW match.
You didn't see any of the build-up to this.
No, I don't watch this.
I know. I was getting there. You didn't see this. But you couldn't find two people who were less interested in a build to a match with each other than these two. Like
Okada has been on a paid vacation since he got to this company.
There was no chemistry between these two whatsoever in their face-off last night. And I'm sure they're going to have a pretty good match, but they're already setting up all the cues that Swerve is losing this and giving all the reasons ahead of time. Bad knee, can't train, they're subtly mentioning it to just set the groundwork that, when he loses, he's got a reason.
Now, Okada has not tried, just since he left. He figured out he didn't need to. He said, oh, wait, I can make this much money and not do anything? Hot damn. Great. He hasn't done anything since, really. I guess the Omega match he tried a little bit over there. Mm-hmm. And here's a match that I guess Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World title. You have a pretty sad excuse for a world champion against MJF, who at least has some interest, I guess, from the fans. But again, except from Adam Page having been in AEW, how many years ago? A long, long time ago. This match has nothing to do with New Japan at all.
He was a Bullet Club New Japan member. I remember seeing him for title matches for the U.S. title.
But he hasn't been a part of anything in New Japan seriously since AEW started.
Yeah, this one doesn't really make any sense, but the only reason I could justify it is because Adam Page won't work for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, other than that, and I mean, geez. Okay.
But I mean, it's their main event. It's their Swerve is a New Japan wrestler as well. I don't remember that, but we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, made such an impression that a New Japan podcast doesn't remember. Okada's bank account says thank you since he signed with AEW. Heck yeah, it does. Paid vacation.
We'll do a little more in depth. There's a Hurt Syndicate match with the winner of FTR and somebody else that's in there.
Oh wait, who isn't Zach wrestling somebody eventually?
Yeah, I got him right here. It's the winner of FTR versus Brodito, and then Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be wrestling the winner of a four-way match.
Who's in the four-way?
Daniel Garcia, Lee Moriarty, Hechicero.
Okay, Hechicero.
And Nigel McGuinness.
Okay, so let's look. Daniel Garcia and Lee Moriarty, utter nobodies.
Have
no
Nigel McGuinness, Steven.
That's at least interesting. Hechicero would be a good match. Nigel would at least be interesting.
They've done it 4 times in the last year.
I know. I'm saying
not a match to do at Forbidden Door.
Well, Nigel at least would have some British intrigue to it, and I mean they're in London, so I mean you can see where it's going.
You've literally done Hechicero and Zack Sabre Jr. I think on AEW.
Well, I mean that's fine. I mean that would be it would at least be good. Nigel would be interesting.
Nigel.
Yeah. Okay.
I would eat my hat if it were Nigel. And yeah.
Okay.
It's Nigel.
But is there a more throwaway world title defense ever for the like this is I mean
for the IWGP?
I suppose the anniversary show, well that's not even a title match, is it? When the world champion would face the junior heavyweight champion. Other than that, I mean this is the most throwaway world title defense I can think of.
Yeah, I mean
USVA guy. Imagine the star Hangman would be if he actually stayed in New Japan. Maybe, I don't know. He has a tendency to. Yeah, I'm not either. The one thing we learned is he stepped up in that G1 when there were no expectations of him, and that was good. He did very, very well. Every time there are expectations of Adam Page, he falls flat on his face. I'm
a huge Adam Page fan. I'm just keeping my mouth shut here.
He's not good.